Tonight on the news, President Bola asks religious leaders on national reorientation, plus latest in the world of sports. A very good evening to you, and it's good to have you join us on News at 7 on Nta Lagos Channel 10. I am Hanuluakbo Oluwatoke. President Bola Tinubu is asking religious leaders to intensify national reorientation of the Nigerian people towards strengthening the bond of unity in the country. The president said this as he received the members of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, led by Sultan Mohammed Sahad Abubakar, who is President General of the Council. The Council called on the President to continue to work in the interest of the people.
What has brought you here? Yes, thank you very much. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, under the leadership of His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto and the President General, is here to pay a courtesy call on Mr. President to appreciate him for what he's doing for the nation and to also advise him as to what the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs feels should be done to make sure that it continues to rule with transparency, with honesty, with equity, to the benefit of all members of this great country of ours. We feel that the right way to do is to advise Mr. President not to go through a third party. We believe God will continue to strengthen him, to make it possible for him to continue to serve this great nation.
Mr. President has thanked them. He has accepted all the words of advice they've offered him. He has also asked them to continue to engage, to continue to dialogue. And Mr. President has also asked them to be in the forefront of the national reorientation, which is one of the pillars of his administration. He has asked them to go back to areas of conflict. You recall that the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence, was also in Niger to engage with the military junta there. He has asked them to continue to go back in the spirit of his belief that only dialogue, only engagement can end crisis.
In another development, new modalities with sound technological-based infrastructure implementation that will bring about sustainable and durable road projects in the country is one of the focal points of the present administration. The Minister of Works, David Humai, stated this while touring ongoing road projects in the southwest zone of the country. Larry Belayi was on the minister's entourage to give details.
The works embarked on the on-the-spot assessment of the reconstruction of Apapa Oworoshoki Ojota Expressway, rehabilitation work on Eko Bridge, the Outer Marina Boarding Camp Road, and the Eko Bridge through Akpombo with access ramps. Other strategic road projects assessed were the construction of the Deep Seaport Access Road through Ekpe Shagamu Benin Expressway, the 54.24 road from Lagos to Ogun State, and the rehabilitation, reconstruction, and expansion works on the Lagos Ibadan Dual Carriageway.
Right, this section 1 of Lagos Ibadan Expressway, section 1 being done by the project, section 2 is being done by Army System. That one could be set to 95% because the carriageway express is set to be up to 100%.
At the Shagamu Ekpe axis, the minister was accompanied by the former governor and now senator in Ogun State, Benga Daniel, who expressed confidence and support for the rehabilitation work.
It has become a security risk for our people. Motorists, in the course of running to portals, use their tires, get the good tumbling, and sometimes drivers to these corners of the way. You can rest assured that we are going to stand behind you.
It is going to be all the road projects in the zone. The Minister of Works for the next 1 week, we are certain, if the road projects in the southwest meets the global best standards. In Lagos, Ali, Bilayi, Nta.
Meanwhile, 109 kidnapped victims have been rescued within the last 2 weeks across the country by troops of the Nigerian Armed Forces. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, announced this at the bi-weekly news conference ongoing armed forces operations in different parts of the country. Details of the operations indicate the 147 terrorists were arrested, while 39 eliminated in combat by troops of operations at Nkai in the northeast.
4 terrorist combatants, and then weapons and ammunition were also recovered. The air component of Operation Hadinke, following active terrorist activities at Wulade, conducted airstrikes degrading the terrorists. Following active terrorist activities at Wulade, conducted airstrikes degrading the terrorists that were hibernating at the location.
Similarly, deactivate 71 door-out pits used by the economic saboteurs. Several arms were also recovered from the operations across the country within the last 2 weeks. In order to ensure improved public health services and safety of citizens, the nation's health institutions must continue to strive to entrench a legacy of public anatomy Arabiana, represented by pharmacist Fausat Odelde, while congratulating IPAN, mentioned that the new practice license stamp PLS will go a long way in curbing the menace of unethical practices and safeguard the lives of citizens. It's a laudable one and it will boost our confidence in the kind of analytical reports we receive on drugs, events, while the showered accolades and institute for the initiative were convergent on the view that improving quality is critical to building a formidable and thriving economy.
The institute now decides to further enhance the security and authenticity of the properties of licensed profession, and that's why we want to end up producing this practice license stamp.
High points of it was the unveiling of the practice license stamp and presentation riders who were grateful to be part of revolutionary innovation.
I'm happy that we got to this stage.